Judge Jeanine Pirro is the host, of course, of Justice with Judge Jeanine. She joins us tonight with her reaction to the trial. Judge, thanks a lot for coming on. What do you make of this?
Well, I think that along with your last guest, J.D. Vance, what we're seeing here is the politicization of the criminal justice system. This is a case where clearly self-defense is something that will exonerate Kyle Rittenhouse. And whether this case goes to the jury or whether the judge dismisses some of the charges on his own or whether the judge grants a mistrial, this young man will be acquitted and exonerated. What has happened here is there was a rush to judgment in this case. This kid, who was a fire cadet, a lifeguard, and a police explorer, he was a kid who went there to clean graffiti. They have video of it. He went there to help people. He was a medic. He was CPR trained. And he finds himself in this situation. He's got a gun. And in every circumstance, he is, and it's corroborated by what the witnesses say. The prosecution star witness, the one who isn't dead, basically said, yes, I was lunging at him and I had a loaded gun and I was aiming at him. I mean, they established the case right there. As a judge, I would say, hey, come up to the sidebar here. What are we doing here, guys? But what you had was a rush to judgment in August of 2020. We are in the post-George Floyd world. Jacob Blake had just been shot. Everybody wanted to make sure that, that everyone was prosecuted. This kid was prosecuted when the evidence was clear that he was defending himself. Now, once the burden of proof has shifted, once he claims self-defense, the prosecution has to disprove that beyond a reasonable doubt. That's why the prosecution is desperate right now. They're on the ropes. The reason they're on the ropes is they cannot disprove beyond a reasonable doubt based on the drone, the video, the testimony of the prosecution star witness, and the incredibly focused testimony of this young man. He may only be 18, but I'll tell you, in all the years I prosecuted myself and tried cases as a judge, this kid in every point never lost his cool. Sure, he cried. He never got angry. He said, all I wanted to do was stop the threat. I wasn't interested in killing people. It was not my intent. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to handle a gun. And the whole force of the justice system, from the president on down to the mainstream media, calling him a vigilante, a white supremacist, a militiaman. I mean, this is what happens in our society when police are told to stand down, when no one is there to protect businesses. Police were nowhere around there. This guy, Rosenbaum, you had his number, Tucker. He was someone who was looking for trouble. They were yelling, cranium him, but shoot him in the head. They were chasing him. They were trying to kill him with a skateboard. And the prosecution saying, oh, kill you with a skateboard, that deserves lethal force? Sure does, when you hold it like a baseball bat and you hit me in the head with it. I mean, come on. Why this case went forward, why there wasn't a plea bargain of some sort, but this will end up, I think, in a good thing for Kyle Rittenhouse.
Hope so. Yeah, the convicted child molester is out of the mental hospital. That's who they're defending. Judge Jeanine, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tucker.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.